Hello and welcome to YNWE Transfer News, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this. Liverpool make contact with Jean-Philippe Matita over £43 million transfer deal. Liverpool have launched a shock move for Crystal Palace star Jean-Philippe Matita. Arne Slot has been busy in the transfer window so far this summer, and Milos Kerkez, Jeremy Frimpong and Florian Wirtz have all arrived before pre-season. However, Slot isn't done yet, and he's turned his attention to the Palace star. Arne Slot has been busy in the transfer window so far this summer, and Milos Kerkez, Jeremy Frimpong and Florian Wirtz have all arrived before pre-season. However, Slot isn't done yet, and he's turned his attention to the Palace star. The Reds are keen to defend their Premier League crown and appear to have identified up front as a position that could be upgraded. Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak have both been linked with moves to Anfield this summer, but according to Foot Mercato, Liverpool have turned their attention to Matita. The Frenchman, 28, netted 14 goals for Palace last time out. And the French outlet reports that Matita's and Liverpool's representatives met in Paris to discuss a potential move. It adds Matita is seen as a cheaper option and could move for around €50 million, £43 million. However, other French reports have his fee as high as €60 million, £52 million. Matita has a contract with the Eagles until 2027. The Reds are looking to move on Darwin Núñez this summer. Núñez joined Liverpool for an initial £64 million fee from Benfica 3 years ago, but he has struggled to secure a regular role under Slot. The Uruguayan made 47 appearances in all competitions last season, but started just 8 league games, scoring 7 goals across those games. Núñez has been linked to Napoli, but the Reds aren't budging for £52 million asking price. Liverpool set to make Lucas Stevenson transfer decision. Liverpool midfielder Lucas Stevenson impressed as a makeshift centre-back in their opening pre-season friendly, and the club face a decision over his future. Stevenson was one of 7 academy representatives involved as Liverpool visited Preston on Sunday, partnering Joe Gomez at centre-back. While it was not the first time the 21-year-old has filled the role in his fledgling career, it is a far cry from where he is most comfortable, having developed as a midfielder and most often played at right-back of late. But he caught the eye with his composure at the back during a first half that saw him help Georgi Mamardashvili keep a clean sheet. His place in the squad came with both Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate rested and Jarell Quansah yet to be replaced, and it remains to be seen if Arne Slot has long-term plans for Stevenson. However, a decision will need to be made on the youngster's future one way or another, as he has now entered the final year of his contract. After spending last season on loan at Dundee United, Stevenson has already expressed a willingness to join the Scottish club on a permanent basis. There is confirmed interest from Jim Goodwin's side, but any move will hinge on talks between Liverpool and the players' representatives. There will have to be some conversation about whether it's staying at Liverpool for a new deal or whether it's going elsewhere. Stevenson told DUTV in April. Obviously, I have no idea at the minute where that'll be. Whether it could be back to Dundee United, whether it could be somewhere else. The year I've had here, if I can replicate that again, I don't see any reason why I wouldn't want to play my football back up here. Stevenson made 34 appearances on loan at Tannadice Park but was forced to miss the end of the campaign, having suffered a double hernia. But Dundee United still managed to reach this season's Conference League qualifiers in his absence. That could add to the attraction of joining on a permanent basis. But speaking to the Courier earlier this month, Goodwin admitted there would be competition for his signature. I've made my feelings clear about Luca and how important a player he was last season. For us, the manager explained. He's one that we're speaking to, but there's no guarantees. Luca's performances last season have caught the eye of a number of other teams. So, we just need to be patient with that one. Liverpool could yet hand Stevenson a new contract, and are likely to make an offer to do so regardless, with his versatility and the fact he is eligible as a homegrown player making him a valuable asset. Liverpool opened talks to sign Jean-Philippe Matita. The Reds are in the market for a striker. It was an open secret heading into the summer that Liverpool would pursue a reliable number 9 due to Darwin Núñez failing to live up to expectations at Anfield. The tragic passing of Diogo Jota has given the search for a new forward a sad new impetus, while discussions over the future of Núñez remain ongoing. A move to Napoli has hit an impasse in recent days, with reports in Italy suggesting that the Serie A champions have moved on. Napoli are reportedly trying to finalize the arrival of Lorenzo Luca after balking at Liverpool's €70 million asking price for Núñez, who scored in the Reds' emotional friendly clash with Preston on Sunday. However, Foot Mercato now claims that Napoli are still hopeful of landing Núñez, and the French outlet adds that Liverpool have made contact with a new striker target. Liverpool open Matita talks. The report asserts that Liverpool have opened talks with Crystal Palace forward Jean-Philippe Matita. The Frenchman has been persistently linked with a move away from Selhurst Park after establishing himself as a very good Premier League forward under Oliver Glasner. Man United, too, have been associated with the 28-year-old, but it is Liverpool who have now made the first move. The Anfield club have made contact with the striker's representatives, and it is claimed that there was even a meeting in Paris between club officials and the player's agent. Given that Liverpool have already spent north of €200 million this summer, and with the sale of Núñez still not wrapped up, Matita is an appealing option as he would be cheaper than other number 9 targets. Since the arrival of Glasner at Palace, Matita has scored a whopping 30 goals in 59 appearances across all competitions. It is thought that €50 million could be enough to prize him away from Selhurst Park. The thrills and spills of the summer transfer window are well underway with some huge deals in the pipeline over the next few weeks. Arsenal have agreed a deal for Sporting striker Victor Gyökeres, after signing Noni Madueke from Chelsea. In other news, Brighton striker Evan Ferguson has agreed a deal to join Italian side Roma. Elsewhere, Alejandro Garnacho has rejected a move to Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr, as he would prefer a move to Europe. Newcastle to battle Manchester United for Hugo Ekitike. Newcastle and Manchester United are going toe-to-toe in a sizzling summer scrap for French hotshot Hugo Ekitike. The 22-year-old Eintracht Frankfurt ace has an eye-watering £86 million release clause, and the Magpies and Red Devils are said to be the most active in trying to trigger it. Toon are desperate to beef up their frontline, while United are still searching for a reliable No. 9 after a season of misfires up top. That's according to French journal Abdallah Bouma, who reckons Chelsea, fresh off their Club World Cup triumph and never shy with the cash, are keeping a close eye on the striker's situation. Liverpool, on the other hand, are sitting back and watching from the wings. The Reds like Ekitike but don't see him as a must-have, at least not yet. Ekitike, for his part, is believed to be keen on a Premier League switch. Liverpool eyeing Crystal Palace striker. Liverpool are eyeing a shock swoop for Crystal Palace goal machine Jean-Philippe Matita, and talks are already underway. The French striker, 28, has reportedly held secret talks with the Reds in Paris, according to Foot Mercato's Sebastian Dennis. Anfield Chiefs are hunting a new frontman as new boss on slot looks to stamp his mark on the Premier League champs, with flop Darwin Núñez heading for the exit. Matita bagged 14 Prem goals last term and played a starring role in Palace's stunning FA Cup triumph. Now he could be the latest weapon in Slot's revamped Reds attack. Madueke having Arsenal medical. Noni Madueke will complete his Arsenal medical today, Monday, ahead of his arrival on a £52 million transfer from Chelsea. The English forward is set to sign a 5-year deal and be officially announced by the Gunners on Tuesday, according to Sky Sports. Madueke left the Chelsea squad that won the Club World Cup over the weekend and arrived in London where he will undergo his medical checks before signing a deal. Arsenal working on completing move for Valencia star. Arsenal are on the verge of nicking highly rated defender Christian Mosquera from under RB Leipzig's nose. The 21-year-old centre-back looks set for a switch to Germany, with reports in June claiming Leipzig had a verbal agreement in place and were ready to splash over £20 million. The Bundesliga side were buzzing about sealing the deal. But the Gunners have stormed in late, and according to transfer guru David Ornstein, it's now advantage Arsenal. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. Subscribe.